All right, everybody, we're going to take a look at this one. It's a Ducati Monster. We're in the corners, in the mountains. What's going to happen here? Okay, we got our GoPro going. We're going 164 probably kilometers an hour. 130. Oh, buddy just hit the guardrail. He didn't wrap himself. He's walking. That's good. His legs aren't destroyed. Okay, that tells you a few things. So let's take a look at this. So what's happening here? Going through the corners, having some fun. We have full gear. All right, so we're coming up to here. Now our buddy went a little bit too wide. If you notice, it was a blind corner. Let's take a look at this. We don't know what's around this corner. The trees are in the way. We don't know how sharp it's going to be. I get it. These people are just constantly doing it, taking high risk, learning on the fly as best they can. It's still pretty dangerous. So our buddy decides to crash. Okay, well, he didn't decide. He's going to go wide. Thankfully, no other cars coming. But here's, I'm going to make myself small again. The thing that happens is that we can hit these metal, and sometimes they're wood, but they're heavy grade wood, heavy timber. It's not going to bend for you. You're going to bend around it. People can get amputated, whatever hits, arm, legs, torso gets cut in half, your head gets decapitated. Those are the types of things that happen when you low side and slide into those. So I don't know how he hit, but thankfully he didn't go in and under. But this is something that's super high mechanism, easily lacerations. If any of you have ever actually walked by one of these things and it's that metal, it is sharp. It is thin and sharp, but it's very strong. It's just sharp too. And so going up and over, we've seen people like have their arms go up and over and just lacerate themselves. Like they're like, oh crap, sliding, lacerates themselves. That's why we have the rescue pack. Okay, you got a tourniquet inside of it, a bunch of 4x4s and 5x9s and roll gauze to stop the bleeding, making sure that, you know, you have good pressure. Hold it there for about 5 to 10 minutes until it stops bleeding. If it's bleeding through the 5x9, put another one on. Don't take this one off, but put another one on and apply more. It's still bleeding. Grab another one, put it on. We have a bunch in there, and you keep doing it and apply a lot of pressure. If you have to, hey, buddy, lay down and then put your knee on top of his arm and really put some weight on it. It's like, dude, it hurts. I get it, but it's not stopping. You're going to die if I don't do this. And you call 911 because you're, you know, remaining calm, calling 911, telling someone to, ensure your own safety, you know, everything. This is a bad situation. And it all started off with somebody going a little too fast in the corner. You see what I mean? That's why, as smart riders, we seek and maintain our skills, have gear to hopefully mitigate these injuries, but we also rescue people. Okay? It's a full cycle, full circle. The whole goal is to keep everybody riding. The goal is to make sure nobody dies. And these are your friends. These are your friends that you want to continue riding with. Yeah, you can help them if you want. Set up a GoFundMe to get them a new motorcycle so that they can continue riding. You know, you want to make sure that they stay alive because he might be your best drinking buddy. He might be the one that, you know, gets you to those war zone wins when you do duos with them. Whatever it is, unless you don't like them, but still save somebody's life. You feel very proud if you did that. So go ahead and grab a slice of pizza, grab a rescue pack, grab some cone patterns, the Smart Rider drills, and hope you guys stay safe. Alrighty, what safety gear should I wear when riding in cold weather? Cold weather is relative. For me, cold is like anything in the 50s. But I know some of you people, guys, girls, whatever, DFM crew members, and be like, well, 20s is cold to me. Okay, cool. Cool, you win. So there's different ways to handle it. I've talked about recently just to add layers to you. So I like the Under Armour cold gear. So my jacket, a shirt, Under Armour as the base layer, and constantly just adding layers. But sometimes that doesn't work, especially with the hands. You might need to get liners for your hands. You might need to get extra wool socks, really good wool socks for your boots, and then Under Armour cold gear, pants, liners and stuff for your pants itself. One thing you can do is your jacket does have like a rain weather. You know what I'm talking about. It's that plastic in the inside. That can also help you with that cold air hitting you. It's going to hopefully disperse it like a windbreaker. If that doesn't work and you're still cold, you have to remember that the only reason why you wouldn't be cold is because you're retaining heat. Okay, so if your body, if you're like anemic or something, or if you're just a cold person, I'm a really warm person. I sleep really warm at night and I'm just constantly warm. But there's a lot of people that are just really cold. They can't produce that heat to basically retain it within all those layers. So you might have to actually look into heated gear. Okay, so there's There's heated gear. Think of like a heated blanket, like a heated pad for for those that get back pain, having menstrual cycle. You know what I'm talking about? Cramps. So just think of it like that. It's usually be like wires going through the fabric and everything, and it just heats up. Okay. So there is heated gear. There's heated jackets, heated gloves, heated boots, heated pants. I don't know if there's a heated helmet, but what I do with that is wear a balaclava and just kind of cover my eyes are open, but everything else, it's like a neoprene thing, like for skiers. And that's going to help me with that base layer. And that really helps. You want to have that neck protection too. You don't want cold air going in. So there's so many different options. If it is super cold, like really low temperature, and you just can't heat up because your body's not producing it, think of getting that external heating system going on. Maybe even like those camping glove warmer or hand warmers, start putting them everywhere, but that can get expensive. You might drop a few. If it's just like a chilly day, get some base layers on. Just get some base layers on. Maybe pull over, do some jumping jacks and push-ups. But for the most part, the safety gear that you should have is motorcycle specific, and then also trying to protect your body heat. Okay, you don't want your hands cramping up in the middle of a corner. You don't want them to be slow to react when you need to do emergency braking, because you need to perceive, react, and then have braking distance for total stopping distance. So just wear some heated gear, look into it. Revzilla has some great stuff, links in the description for that. All right, everybody, let's take a look at this one. This could be a BMW S1000 RR. Hey, got a quad lock. See the little blue tab? There it is. All right, speeding into this area. I'm assuming Georgia, so that's miles per hour, 70 something. We're really low. Ooh, there was a high side. He got ejected. Man, imagine hitting one of these branches and getting impaled. Okay. So what happened here? Okay, we're going. We're having some fun. Maybe talking on his Cardo Pack Talk Edge, which we have, link in the description for a discount. So we're speeding up through the corner. So let's take a look at his speed. 71, 70. Okay, so it went down to 62. Not too bad. That's not a major drop. But what happened here? So when we slow down through the corner, we hit some bumps, and it makes everything kind of jostle. One thing that you can do to make a tighter corner is applying brakes in the corner. So trail braking allows you to make a corner tighter, especially if you're going too fast going into the corner. So if he did trail braking appropriately, we wouldn't have gotten so crazy far to the right like this. That's typically what happens when you apply brakes in the corner in the middle of a lean, trail braking wise. You could do it too much, and this is what happens. And then you could do it even more and way too much, and then you low side. So that's why it's more of not a beginner, it's more of an advanced technique, but it's something you do anyways when you're in a car. It's what you do anyways when you're coming up to a stoplight. You're progressively braking, which is trail braking in a straight line pretty much. So, but you're coming to a stop versus trying to maintain speed. So we're coming through here, hit some bumps. There's the bumps, and maybe we start applying a little bit of brakes, and it caused us to take it even sharper. Overall, though, this could just happen. It could just straight up happen because your ergonomics got screwed up. So what you need to really kind of focus on when it comes to this kind of stuff is being a smart rider. You want to acquire gear. Okay, acquire some gear. It's going to hopefully mitigate these injuries. And if you're talking to your buddy on your Cardo, Pack Talk, Edge, Bold, Spirit, whatever, they got so many different new models now. All great, by the way. You can tell them, hey, I just crashed. And then he's going to turn around and come get you with a rescue pack. Terrible situation. Impressive bike. There's the impact, and we just got ejected. So it turned into a high side. Look at that. We are in the air. We're in the air. We went pretty far. That's our lower back. That's our lower back. Okay, spinal cord injury symptoms. So make sure you don't move them. Ask the right questions. Oh, there's the GoPro. So landing on her back. High mechanism, man. High. There's the mailbox. Extremely. Look at that. Hopefully he's doing fine. That's not something fun to deal with. It's not fun. All right, everybody, we're going to jump into this video. This is going to be going over a crest of the hill. Let's take a look at how everything is going. There's that crest. There's that sharp turn. It did say slow. Where are we going? Uh-oh, don't know. No es buenos. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video. This is going to be somebody on a Triumph Tiger, awesome, in Washington. Okay, so we have a lot of crests of the hill. We're on top of like a ridge. It says slow right there. We should probably go in a little bit slow. Go a little bit slow. And why do we do that? Look at the road. It disappears. So when I talk about blind corners, you know, it's usually left, usually right for blind corners. Now, when it comes to vertical corners, that's how I like to treat them. Vertical corners going up or going over. It's kind of scary because it's blind, especially when it's the over or going over. So right here, how you can tell that it's going to be a crest of the hill, the road disappears. How can you tell when it's a blind corner to the left? The road disappears. How can you tell if it's a blind corner to the right? The road disappears. If the road disappears, okay, not a big deal. We know it's on the other, we know there's still road on the other side. It's not like the end of the world. Okay, it's not like, you know, back in the 1400s, you know, crossing the Atlantic Ocean. What we need to worry about, though, is where is it going? Okay, where's it going after this spot? Now, typically when you get closer, you can see. But if it's a really bad crest of the hill and there's going to be a nice little drop, especially when they're saying slow down, slow down. Just slow down. This way, when you're approaching it, you can see it the same time as you normally would, because your line of sight is going to be adjusted to it, but you're going slower so you have more time to react in case something is not right. You don't want to go fast around something that you don't know what's going to be there. So when we're coming up to here, can't see around, you still can't see. Now you can barely see, okay, but are we going too fast for the area? Probably. Now we can definitely see, oh man, it is still going down, but it's not going straight anymore. It's turning sharp left. That's what those chevrons are there for. So here, it's like, okay, we're going straight. Hey, we went over, not a big deal. Complacency, right? Going straight, slow down, whatever. Oh my gosh. We're not prepped and ready. We are not slowing down before the turn. We are not planning our ride at all. So we're slowing before the turn. No. We're looking, sure. Pressing to initiate counter steering. Not even started because we start panicking and applying the brakes. So if part of planning your ride, we need a position for safety. Okay, we're, center. Locate hazardous situations, the crest of the hill. Once we located that hazardous situation, if you notice that the L, locate, is orange. You're in orange stage. You're covering the brakes, maybe slowing it down, giving some engine braking, whatever it is. And we need to assess, once we get to here, is it a relevant threat? Okay, is this all a relevant threat? Once again, it's A for orange. There's the orange right there, assess relevant threat. The fact that we located originally, started slowing down, started prepping, now that when we assess, is this a relevant threat, we're already in a position for safety, or at least more so than we were. And so now that, since we're slowing down, we have weight on the front tire, now that we've applied a little bit of brake pressure, this is a relevant threat. So what do we need to do here? We need to go to the N and navigate active threats. That's that red stage. Oh my gosh, I have to do something or I'm going to crash off the side of this cliff. So what we need to do now, since we have weight on the front tire, because we started applying a little bit of progressive braking, maybe engine braking, we assess that this is a relevant threat. Very good. Now we're bumping it up into the red stage. And now it's about squeezing that front brake to slow down as much as we can before the turn where we're comfortable. But we already have traction on that front tire. We already have slowed down a little bit. We already are in the mindset that we need to do something and not panic. We put ourselves in a line of thinking that we have control over the situation versus we're in white stage, not really prepped and ready, not really understanding what's going on, and then jumping straight into brown stage where we panic and start slamming those brakes. That's going to be the biggest problem here. So we start fishtailing. That's a lot of rear brake. Now we panicked. Now, at this point, it's like, what can we do? Can we really just try to navigate and go to the left as hard as we can? Yeah, but we're not in that mindset anymore. Not in that mindset anymore. We should have been in the mindset earlier. So a lot of motorcycle riding involves preparation. There you go. Preparing for it. It says slow. Crest of the hill. You should know it's a relevant threat. It says slow. We didn't. So now we're having to make up for our lack of situational awareness with our fundamental skills. And I'm going to tell you this right now, it's not going to work. It might, but how many times do you want to put yourself in a situation where you're having to make up for your lack of preparation? You want to go take a final at school and not prepare for it? You might be able to maybe handle it, maybe. But if you prepped for it, if you studied, if you paid attention in class, if you were at least a week before the final, took the dedication to prepare for it, once you show up to the actual thing, when it comes right at you, you know what to do. Same thing here. You don't know what to do here. You're not prepping for this test, because you think that you're paying attention in class and it's going to handle it. Oh crap, there's like 100 questions in a 200 question test that I have no idea what's going on. And we start to panic and we start guessing and we start making mistakes. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this video. It looks like a group ride. See how people handle it. Oh, we got a 4-wheel on 2 wheels. I don't know. Who's at fault? The guy on the quad. Who's responsible for your own safety? You. And a lot of people don't want to deal with that. A lot of people don't want to be told you're responsible for your own safety. It's really what it is. Being responsible for your own actions is so freeing. Like if you're never responsible for your actions and bad things just happen to you, that means you have no control over your life. And that sucks. Like have some control. You know, just at least take your safety and make it your responsibility. And that's something you have control over. And then you're going to realize how much control you really have over your own safety. And then when something bad happens, that's part of being a smart rider. You know how to rescue somebody. You know that you need to be wearing gear because you're having control of your own safety. And you're going to teach the next people how to handle yourself. And you're going to get yourself a rescue pack so that you don't die, and get one for your friends so that they can use it on you when you're in trouble. So anyways, we're going to get into this. This guy's on 2 wheels on a 4-wheeler. He wants to be like us. It's not working. We are recording them. If you notice that there's a phone mount or like a 360 invisible stick, whatever you want to call it. We're really close. We're really close to them. Now, when they land down, he should be able to handle it, but look at that. We didn't have a good space cushion. Okay, maybe get a little bit further. Have your passenger use their right hand to get closer versus trying to like reach around you. Have them kind of use the other hand. But we're going to get up to here. And there's going to be them getting cut off, okay? There's going to be the crash. Now, take a look. We have 3 patients now. So you see how easily this can turn into something that you can't control, especially if you're going to rescue them. We have 2 patients from the Harley, and we have 1 on the quad. And look at that person. They are up and over, right shoulder injuries, possible broken collarbone, possible broken ribs, punctured lungs maybe, broken legs. Who knows if the impact happened to their left leg, but head injuries possibly. Now look at to the people on the right. What we have here is we're going to have right hip, right shoulder, right side, right hip, right knee, right shoulder, right head. Like the whole right side of these people are going to be in pain. Hopefully you had gear. Hip armor would help out with this and this, but doesn't look like they have motorcycle gear. It doesn't look like they have motorcycle gear or anything as protective other than a helmet. There's the impact. Look at that. Starting to roll over on the right side. So we now got face first into the ground. That's why you have a full face helmet. Links in the description for some Revzilla gear. And now everyone's just kind of like, what the heck happened? What the heck happened? This guy is holding his buttocks, so he probably broke his coccyx, which is your tailbone, or at least bruised something. He's in pain. He's not doing too well. He's not going to get up. Maybe lower back pain. Yeah. So what do? Ensure your own safety. Okay. First remain calm. You don't want to be panicking. Ensure your own safety. You don't want to be in the road to where you get hit with another vehicle. So if you have to, have somebody go down the road this way. There you go. And have them slow down traffic and kind of move things off to the side so people can get around you so you don't get hit. You don't want somebody running through the scene. Stop any major bleeds. Like I said, we do have that trauma kit. Okay, it's the rescue pack. We have tourniquets. We have plenty of 4x4s, 5x9s, roll gauze, anything you can stuff and pack the wound. We do talk about that inside of our rescue booklet. It tells you how to do all these things in a fun, little children-esque way with a comic book. I had a lot of fun making it with my artist. But yeah, you could do so much in here to handle this situation. First and foremost, just don't ride so close to somebody. Try to prevent as much as you can. Okay?